Hi, my name's Shane Douglas and I'm one of the Animal Care SRUC alumni from Barony campus. I'm going to tell you a little bit of information about the course, where I ended up after the course, and what you can do with having an animal care qualification from SRUC. So I chose to study animal care because I was very passionate about animals and I always knew I wanted a career with animals. So the course presented the best amount of theory and practical, and that's why I mainly applied to come to SRUC Barony campus to study animal care. What I enjoyed most about the animal care courses here at Barony campus was the ability to have practical sessions to consolidate any theory lessons that we learnt in classes. And Barony always have a high amount of practical time, which is really good to get hands-on with the animals, and it's the best way to learn. After the course, from what I did from my HND animal care, I got a job more or less immediately with the Scottish SPCA, which was extremely lucky. I worked there for an animal rescue officer for about 3 years. Alongside doing that, I went to study zoology, applied bioscience and zoology at another institution, and that enabled me to get an honours degree from that, which was really good. And now I have returned here to Barony campus, and this is Zao, one of our animals. I've returned here as an animal care instructor, so I now help teach the courses here. So after doing my studying, working elsewhere, I've managed to come back here. In the course, what I found most advantageous to my career now was the work experience modules in animal care, but also anatomy and physiology and animal behaviour. They are some key modules that you still learn, that I learnt most from to help my career now. So why should you apply to animal care here at Barony campus? It is a phenomenal course. You get lots of practical as well as theory lessons on the animals, and it opens so many doors to so many different career possibilities across the animal care sector.
Hi, I'm Johnny Walls. When I left school, I already had a job working for a veterinary supplier, and I worked there for about 9 years after that, and I got an HGV licence through the company. So I was working as a wagon driver, and I was starting to get a bit kind of fed up with that job, and I was actually reading a book called The Selfish Gene by Richard Dawkins, and it was just kind of reawakening this passion that I had for nature and evolution and things like that. And so I kind of decided I wanted to go into something different, and I had a friend who had studied animal care at the Barony, and so I thought that would be a good place to start. So I applied for NC Animal Care and I got in, and so I worked through NC through HND and completed that. I think the best part about that was working with the animals. Obviously, I'd say, dare say anybody would say that. It's working practically with the animals is just such great fun, and you learn so much by actually working compared to just in the classroom. So now that I've done that, I've decided to move on to applied bioscience and zoology at the University of the West of Scotland. So hopefully I'll finish 2 years in that degree, and then I plan to get a job working maybe in like sort of a wildlife rescue team, or maybe like a marine mammal rescue thing or something like that. That's hopefully the plan.
Hi, I'm Mitchell Pritchard and I'm studying HNC Animal Care at Barony campus. And I've chosen to study here the HNC because it's a stepping stone in order to become a vet surgeon or vet nurse. It's one of my big passions, and I've always wanted to work with animals as early as I could walk and talk. So I enjoy the practical aspect of working with animals because we get to work with all the different types of animals that they've got in the animal care training centre. All different reptiles, small mammals, birds, rabbits. They've got dogs, and we get to take them for walks, which is awesome. Some advice for studying animal care would be do a lot of background research and reading up on watching documentaries in relation to animals. Gives you a very good broad understanding of the way animals behave and interact with each other. Makes studying the course a lot easier and more enjoyable because you have an understanding from the get-go. So once I've finished studying this course, my plans are to get into vet nursing, and then once I've completed that, and whatever else I'll need to do after that, I'll hopefully go into vet surgeon, where I'd specialise in wildlife and go on from there and work at farms and nature reserves and places as such.